Thank you guys for being here. It was a great week. Enjoyed success again in Atlanta. Second trip in a row where we've gone over there and been fortunate enough to win all three games in Atlanta against Georgia State. It's a ballpark that's very unique over there. It's and I think they would be the first to tell you it's not the standard ballpark that you would get in this league. It's not going to hold very many people, and it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But for the last two times we've gone over there, players and coaches have done an amazing job of just rolling in, making that ballpark our own, embracing it like it's high school, summer ball, whatever it is. And it's a natural surface, and it's a fun place to hit. And we try to go in there and make it feel like our ballpark, and we did. And, we're able to continue playing some pretty good baseball. We're 8-2 in our last 10. And putting together some pretty good numbers. Some guys are continuing to get better and playing some good ball at the right time of year. And so that was great to see. I've been saying for the last few weeks we need to get to 16, and we were able to get to 15 this weekend. And it was a great response too after not sweeping Georgia Southern, because that the hay was almost in the barn on that one. We left a lot of opportunities out there. So everybody had a bad taste in their mouth. And I thought we went over there and did a much better job of finishing what we started. Got to 15-9 in the league. And I could show you, and these are layups. This isn't wishful thinking, 5 opportunities minimum where we're 20-4. And that's having gone through everything we've gone through. And I don't know if we need to be 20-4. We are where we are for a reason, but we're getting better. And so that's going to set the stage, I think, for a great series this weekend over at Southern Miss, rival of ours. And I was telling Kevin this morning, two of the most, they are the best two and most passionate fan bases in the league. Of course, I'm partial. I think Cajun Nation's number one, but they're going to turn out in full force over there. It can be a tough place to play, and we've got to be ready. So with that, I'll take any questions.
How does going into this week with a sweep and that momentum help you guys go into that type of atmosphere at Southern Miss?
Well, I think just us continuing to get better and put some good baseball together consistently helps confidence, and obviously a sweep goes a long way. But that's in the rearview mirror. We have finals this week, so when we do get to practice, maybe Wednesday, we need to continue to work to get better. And here's the thing about it: there's no carryover. You got to start over on Friday night when you get over there. You don't have 10 runs on the board. You got to go out and earn each one of them. And so this time of year, I call it playing for money. This is where the big boys step up and come out, and we need to keep this train rolling.
Can you talk about the weekend that Donkey had at the plate?
Yeah, that's been brewing for a while. He's made a couple of adjustments, and you're starting to see the fruit of that. He's starting to get a little more mature, not much, but a little. And when he fully matures mentally with approach, then it's going to be Katie bar the door. Watch out. Somebody's going to have to pay the price for it. I just hope we get to see it. And but someday he's going to be that type hitter. And he's just calmed down a little bit, toned down the swing, getting better finish and extension, and he's attacking good pitches to hit, and he's not missing them. So he's doing his job, for – it may be a 1 for 4 or whatnot, but that jack, he's doing his job, and to have 3 in a row was gigantic for us, or 1 each game, I should say. So I'm proud of him. We have a great relationship, special relationship, and he's taken a lot of tough coaching from me, and he chews it up and keeps coming back for more.
Pitching, y'all had the rotation for a while now, but I think Chase can obviously pitch better, and Dylan too. If you get that, because McGee's showing some good signs, you're going to really be set.
Yeah, I think Gunner's done an amazing job with those pitchers and Cheo, and making the most out of what we have and finding a way not to stay boxed in, but figure our way out of it. And then those kids rose to the occasion, have put us in a nice spot, in a tough league. And after winning the league last year, our expectations were obviously much higher but I don't know that we were ready for that. And so to climb our way back up to where we are in the league is I'm very proud of those guys. And it has started with the reinvention of the pitching staff and Simo dealing with a little nagging stuff. We're not talking about anything crazy, but he's gutting it up for them. And then Armand, he's pitching at a 2 inside the league, I think. And Tillette's been nails all year. And then adding Hess and Hammer and McGehee, and you got Dylan Toyd's got a 2 ERA all year. Just kind of narrowed down our options. And sometimes you can have too many options. And right now we've got about 6 or 7 of them, and that's it.
Is there one game or one point in the season that you felt have kind of turned things around?
Not really, because we haven't played consistent baseball all year. And that's why our longest win streak's 4 games. That's why our longest losing streak's 4 games. There's a reason why. And to play consistent baseball, you can't have lapses. And I think about a lineup functioning together. We've got a chance. They're not going to get out of the inning yesterday. What inning was that, Jay? We scored 6. They're not getting out of it. We're coming out of there at the 10-run roll mark, and we have base run and blunder. It's just been continually inexperience or focus mistakes like that. So I show up literally that every day's a brand new day, and I've put my expectation over here. There's a lot of ball clubs, last year being one of them, that you put a truck in park, I know what exactly to expect. This team will keep you on your toes for sure because I don't know. But I do know this. If our longest winning streak is 4, we're capable of going and winning that tournament. I do know that. But one, pivotal key moment, I don't know that I can put my finger on that. There's a lot of years you can. I think the biggest key is us narrowing down our options, both offensively and on the bump, and just riding it. And you're seeing some guys get better too.
They don't lose series at home hardly ever. So what's the key? Like, what's the thing that is their strength, and what's the key to trying to break?
They're tough. They're well coached. You're not going to play in that program unless you're a tough kid and a tough ball player and you know how to play the game. And they got some old school throwbacks over there. They have during my time here, and that dates back to 13 and 14. They've got a definitive system just like we do, and they're going to play a hard-nosed brand of baseball, and they don't flinch. Nothing's going to intimidate them, and generally it's built around good pitching and good starting pitching, and that can carry you a long way. Now, what they've done great in recent years is they've banged the ball around too in addition to that. And so they're a tough opponent. You can't give them anything. Cannot give them anything. And their crowd's going to be into it from the word go. And that place will be sold out and outfilled in the grandstands. And it's a great environment, great atmosphere, but it's a fun place to hit. And, that's the thing about it. If you can run the ball out of that ballpark, then you're always in the game. And we've had some success over there. They've had some success over here. This series dates back a while. So I would expect it to be a great series, kind of the way we're playing. And like you said, they don't lose over there. And it's a tough ballpark. It is.
Even though the season's been kind of up and down, you entered this week, 2 series left, 15 wins in the conference, and you're set up to have a bye in the conference tournament. So how does that make you feel as a coach?
A bye. Meaning we don't have to play a play-in game? Yeah, that's. I wouldn't look at that as bye. That's more set up for the first 2 seeds. They're going to catch the winners of those 2 games, and that way those guys have to burn their best arm. We're still working to make sure we're one of those 6 teams because we're not as of right now. I can tell you that because nothing's over. Now, if the season ended today, we would be, but I think it's pretty cool. I'm proud of our guys that we've put ourselves in that position, especially some of the things that we've gone through and some of the play that we've seen out of us. But I'm not taking anything for granted. I do believe if you get to 16, we'll be one of those. I think you're going to roll the dice if you hang around at 15 wins. Texas State owns a tiebreaker against us, unfortunately. They're right behind us. Georgia Southern. Now, those two teams play each other. App State. Anything can happen in this league. This league's getting more and more like the SEC, where it's not very far fall from the top to the bottom. And that's why this weekend was so key. Going over there, I set my sights, and I never hardly do this, but realistically, I had to. I was like, we got to get 2 out of 3. And then we were able to get sweep. Now, that's why last Sunday was so key. Basically, what we did this weekend was even up from that debacle on Sunday. That's all we did. And, we dang sure aren't set up to go over there and play a 1-game play-in and then have to go 4. So it's paramount that we get inside that top 6. And if we do that, I like our chances, because we can, if we get to going, we can play good for 3 or 4 days. We've proven that. But we've got to continue to show me and ourselves more consistency just in what we do, And then we got a big lead, and it's a ground ball through the shortstop, and we don't get over, don't fill the bunt, we don't do there's some luck involved in that. That's not going to be a strategy. That should have been a 5-run inning yesterday, no questions asked, but they run into our catcher. So I'm not looking to build a strategy on luck. We need to play good baseball more consistently and be able to take popping up bunts, popping up squeezes, be able to do the things that it takes to win consistently that we've always done inside this program. One quality we have, we don't quit. We'll just keep coming. Might not be pretty, but we'll keep showing up.
Mandino and Marco at the top. Mandino and Marco at the top.
Yeah, that's Doggy. I call him Mandalgo. Because they x-rayed his chest, there was a pit bull in there.
But
Hey, I like it. I think all 3 of those rabbits up top this weekend caused a bunch of problems for them. And the way yesterday's game started, missile to left, hustle double to right center, all we got to do is capitalize on an alpha AB. And we got to hit a ground ball to second, and let's go. But those 3 guys up top caused some problems. They did. They set the table. And then it created a little length in our lineup when you had the best part of the lineup sitting there in the middle. Boy, if Cheo would have been hot, that would have been, and Galt would have had just a few more, that could have got really long, that lineup. Yeah. Jamarcus, what do you have? Come on, say something.
Well, let me ask you this then. You talked about the getting to the 16. Obviously, there's not a number that you're saying, hey, if we get here, we're good. But, to see that you're kind of on pace with where you wanted to be at this point.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be this close today, 2 weeks ago. I didn't. Hats off to our guys that keep playing. And pitching's been behind that, Pitching it at a 3 inside the league, that's pretty good. Pitching it at a 2 over our last 10 games. And I can't guarantee you 16 does it, but just my experience says that it does. But I don't. Conference tournaments are funny. I don't take anything for granted with conference tournament. I spent 3 years in SEC, and trust me, don't take that for granted. And so I love that tournament. I like the way it sets up, and our boys have had some good success there.